Hello everyone, this video is in continuation to our videos on principles of inheritance and variation. In our last video, we have discussed about the Mendel's crosses and the different important definitions and terms which are there in this chapter. I have already made videos for dihybrid cross, monohybrid cross and all. You will find that link in the description box. Please click on that link and you will get the crosses. Monohybrid and dihybrid, both the crosses are there. Videos have already been made in Hindi as well as English. You can watch them. Herein, from this video on, we are going to talk about the next type. That means we are going to talk about a few more type of crosses like test cross, back cross, reciprocal cross. In this video, we'll talk about test cross. Please watch the video till the end. By the end, you will get all the tips and tricks to do this cross and how the questions are asked about this cross in the paper. So please watch till the end. Starting up with the video. First of all, test cross. What does that mean? Test cross. Test cross means that when we cross any unknown, we have three conditions. We have this condition, we have this condition and this condition. If we take a characteristic of height, fine. So we have three ways in which these alleles can be arranged. So when these alleles, they are crossed, I'll write, they are crossed with homozygous recessive parent. That means the homozygous, any of these, whenever they are crossed with homozygous recessive parent, the cross which is made is known as a test cross. So we'll take one example and then we'll see. First of all, we'll cross all these three and then we will come to a conclusion and a very important question which is asked in the papers as well. So first of all, this condition is crossed with a homozygous recessive parent. Then we cross the second one with the same homozygous parent and then the third one with the same homozygous parent. What result do we get? Here we are talking about a monohybrid cross. I'll write here monohybrid. We'll also talk about a dihybrid cross. I will just be needing this space, so we'll thoda sa use this space like this. Fine. So what is the result that we get? Now make a Punnett square again. What do we get here? We get a condition which is heterozygous. Fine. We'll make a cross here, or we'll explain it first. Now here in all the four boxes, we have got the trait of tallness. All the plants are tall. So the ratio would be 4:0 because there is no other condition which is there. Moving on to the next, write one different alleles here and then we will cross them. This is the result we get. Fine. Now when we'll get this result, the answer would be, we have two heterozygous dominant and we have two homozygous recessive. So the ratio would be 2:2, or if we simplify it, 1:1. That means 2:2, two these and two these, so 2:2 ratio. Herein, when we cross these, what do we get? We will get same type of offsprings in all the generations. So here also the ratio comes out to be, it is 0:4. Why so? Yahan pe we wrote 4:0 and here we have written 0:4 because I'll give you something very important. Because in a ratio, it is written in a sequence. Dominance first, then heterozygous, and then recessive. We don't have any heterozygous anywhere. So dominant will be written first and then the recessive. Here dominants are 4, no recessive. Here no dominant and 4 recessives. This is the way we write a ratio. Now we have received 3 ratios. We have got 3 ratios. Now how is this question asked in the paper? If we move back, suppose the question says that we have received a ratio of, I will not write the question, I'll write the answer only. Suppose we have got a ratio of 4:0. Find out the genotype of the parents, or we know one of the parent is homozygous recessive, that we already know. So find out the genotype of the parent if it says. So if the ratio is 4:0, the second condition it is 2 is to 2 or 1:1, and the third is 0:4. Suppose these are the 3 conditions. In all the 3 conditions, same question can be asked. If they give you a ratio and ask you to find the genotype, now if you have made this cross, you will clearly know. If you learn it like this, you will clearly find out that if it is 0:1, the one of the parent will always be homozygous dominant. Both are dominant, and the other, obviously we all know it's a test cross, so it will be homozygous recessive. Again, moving on to the next ratio. Now what is the genotype? So the answer is, the genotype will be heterozygous dominant, and obviously this is the same. Moving on to the next ratio, if we get this ratio, what is the genotype? So the genotype is homozygous recessive, and obviously this remains the same. So this is how we calculate that if suppose the ratio is given in a test cross, find out the parent other than a homozygous recessive parent. So this is how we can find out, when we know the ratio, we can find out what is the genotype of the parent. Now we will take an example of a dihybrid cross. This is a monohybrid cross, but when we talk about a dihybrid cross, we get ratios in the same way, and then we can find out the genotype also, as we did here. So we'll again come back. Now here we have 3 conditions. Suppose we are talking about 2 traits. Suppose we are talking about tall plants, and maybe we can take color of the flower, we can take shape of the pod, we can take color of the pod. So suppose we are talking about tallness, and we are talking about the color of the pea pod, or you can say, or color of the flower maybe. So the color of the flower, that's purple, and then second condition would be this. Third condition would be where all are recessives. Fine. As we had these 3 conditions here, these are the 3 conditions which can be formed here, and now we are going to cross them with the homozygous recessive parent. So I'll need this space. So it is TT crossed with homozygous recessive parent. Next again crossed with homozygous recessive parent. Next condition again crossed with homozygous recessive parent. So these are 3 scenarios we have received. We'll make a cross again. We will just make, it will be a long Punnett square. We will not make all the conditions because we are going to get a same in everything, every box, sorry. So moving on to the making of cross, what are the further offsprings which we get in this generation, or the F1 generation? We will get ETP, all caps here, because all are capital here. Then we will write this one here, this side. We have already talked about these crosses, so I am not explaining you the cross. We are only interested in the results. So here we get capital T, capital P, small t, small p. And if you see carefully, we will get this only in every box, because all the genotype is the same. So the ratio which we are going to get in this scenario is 16 will be formed here, 4 and 4, 16. So 16 is to 0. No recessive trait is there. Tallness will express itself, purple color will express itself, but this will not be able to express, because according to law of dominance, if the dominant is present, it is not allowing the recessive to express itself. Fine. So only dominants will express. So we will get 16 is to 16 is to 0 ratio, where no recessive is there. Moving on to our next Punnett square. Now here also again the same thing, but here we have something different. We will arrange it as I have told you in my video for mono and di, for dihybrid specifically. Capital, capital, small, small, capital, small, capital, small. So this on one side, and obviously it is crossed with small t and p on all the sides. So what do we get here? We need to write this because this is something different which we are going to get. So capital T here, I'll just write like this so that if you are drawing simultaneously on your notebook, please see to it that you get a correct result. Small p. There is a confusion when we write small p and small capital P, because some people they write it in the same manner. So please take care of it, क्योंकि फिर बाद में when we find out the result थोड़ी confusion हो जाती है. Second and the third condition here, this capital P, small t, small p, capital P, small t, small p, capital P, small t, small p. And in the last one, I'll write only one, because every box we are going to get the one only. So herein we have received in this line, capital T and capital P are present. That means they will not be allowing the other ones to express itself. So we have a tall and a purple condition here, both dominant. Second, we have a capital T and then we have all small p's. That means in this scenario, it is a tall plant with white flowers. One dominant, one recessive. Third one, we have a capital P and small t's everywhere. So we get a short plant because it's small t, and which is purple, which has purple flowers. And in last scenario, we will get all recessives. That means a short plant with white flowers. So what is the ratio which we are getting? What ratio do we get here? The ratio would be 4 is to 4 is to 4 is to 4. That means 4 tall and purple, 4 tall and white, 4 short and purple, and 4 short and white, which can be simplified into 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. Moving on to our last condition. I will just take one example here because it's all the same. So we have small t, small p, small t, small p. यहाँ सब small t, small p, सब small t, small p. So the result which we get is, in all the boxes we will get small t and small p. So the ratio comes out to be 0 is to 16. So we have got this ratio. Again, moving to the same question which we did here, that if suppose ratios are given, if suppose these ratios are given to you, how do you tell us the genotype? How is genotype calculated? So we know that if it is 16 is to 0 ratio, all are homozygous dominant. If it is 1 is to 1, so it is heterozygous dominant. If it is 0 is to 1, it is homozygous recessive. So this is a test cross. We have taken example of mono and di both. Always remember, in a test cross, the crossing will always be done with a homozygous recessive parent. So any of the condition will be crossed with a homozygous recessive parent. So whatever result we get, that's the answer. So herein you must learn these ratios and how these ratios have come, and then this is a very important question which is asked when we move back. How do we find out the genotypes? Fine, if it comes in MCQs, it will save your time if you know how it is done. So in our next video we'll take up one more cross. We'll be talking about back cross and a reciprocal cross in our next video. So keep watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you.